Hi there. Welcome to HMP 401, U.S. Healthcare Systems. My name is Mark Bonica. I'm a professor in the Department of Health Management and Policy, and I will be your professor for this accelerated 5-week version of HMP 401. So strap in and get ready to roll fast. So HMP 401, you're going to be learning about the U.S. healthcare system. The U.S. healthcare system is about 20% of U.S. GDP. We'll talk more about this later, but what that really means is it's about a fifth of every dollar that is made in the United States is healthcare. It's Some of you are probably interested in a career in the healthcare field. This course will help orient you to the system that you are going to be working in. If you're not interested in being in the healthcare field, that's okay. There's a saying, that I adapt. Someone says, war, you may not be interested in war, but war is interested in you. You can adapt that to healthcare. You may not be interested in healthcare, but healthcare is interested in you. In other words, sooner or later, you're going to be touching the healthcare system, probably more often than not. And you'll want to understand how healthcare works to take care of yourself as you go forward in your adult life, take care of your family members and your loved ones. So having this knowledge that we will do this year, that we will talk about in this semester, will help you going into the future. So quick about me, I mentioned I'm a professor here at UNH in the Department of Health Management and Policy. This is a second career for me. I retired from the Army in 2015 as a medical service corps officer. What that means is I helped run parts of the military health system. So I was a hospital administrator and a finance officer for about 26 years in the Army. So I bring, and when I talk about healthcare, I'm bringing a professional experience as well as academic. All right, so enough about me and about general stuff about the course. Let's look at the syllabus. We'll look at this. So from here, we'll look at the syllabus and the Canvas page, which is really where you're going to be spending your time in this course. Okay, so syllabus. This is an asynchronous course. I am happy to talk with you anytime you need to. I'm not going to have office hours. Just shoot me an email and say, hey, I'd like to chat, and we'll set up a time. I'm pretty flexible in the summer, and always happy to talk to students. So don't take this as I don't want to talk to you. We're going to be looking in this course. I'll let you read this, but we're going to be looking at the healthcare system, right? And we're going to look at it in the context of the political, social, and economic variables that affect healthcare and how healthcare affects it, right? It's a complex system. You're going to need to buy She and Sing, Delivering Healthcare in America. That's the information. I have ordered it at the ordered it at the bookstore. There we go. But you can buy this online. I'll post I meant to have a link to this. I'll post a link to the publisher's website so you can directly order and download the digital version. You would probably, if I were you, I would buy the print and digital version. I like to read hard copy, but then I like to have the digital version to be able to search. I have a hard time reading digital like reading a book chapter is just really hard for me to read online. But if it works for you guys, feel free. But I would strongly recommend at a minimum, you get the digital version, but you'd prefer to get the digital and print. There's like a online workbook thing. You don't need that. All right. So just the text, however works for you. All right. How are you going to be evaluated? There'll be 5 exams or quizzes, whatever you want to think of them. Think of them as quizzes if it makes you feel better, right? At the end of each week, we're going to cover 3 chapters, 3 chapters from the textbook. So you're going to have to be reading pretty quickly all the time. So we'll have 3 chapters, and then you'll have an exam at the end of the week based on those 3 chapters. You'll have homework, which are going to consist of 2 short Canvas-based quizzes that are going to be based on there'll be 1 for each chapter, and then there will be a couple of videos or short articles that I'm going to add on as additional supplemental reading, supplemental material that complements the chapter. So you'll have a quiz on the chapter itself, and then you'll have a quiz based on the supplemental materials. And so that will be each week. Each week you will have a exam at the end of the week, and you will have homework due kind of on Thursday of each week. So that's going to be the rhythm every week. Then you're going to have a discussion board each week. And I'm inviting you to do an extra credit one where you just quickly introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about who you are. I give you a couple of quick questions to answer. That's just for fun, because you'll be in the discussion board with the same 4 or 5 people throughout the course. So nice way to introduce yourselves. You'll also have 2 written assignments: an evaluation of the health plan and a letter to a representative, which we will talk about later. You'll see them in Canvas, and there's a lot more information. The exams or quizzes, however you want to think of them, right? These are the big ones at the end of each week. It's going to be based on the 3 chapters we cover in the week, right? Plus the supplemental material, plus whatever, plus the lectures that I give you. Right. So you'll have, this is actually, I'm going to give you, this isn't old, I should have updated this. You'll have from Friday at midnight on, Friday morning, right? So at 12 a.m., if you're awake on Thursday night into midnight, you'll be able to start your exam if that's what you want to do. But you'll have basically all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday to take this exam. The exam, however, once you open it, you're going to have a 90-minute window to take the exam. Now, the exams are going to be roughly 25 to 30 questions. Most of them, they're going to be about half matching, right? Which is just like vocabulary. So that's why you want to have the digital version of the book. There'll be some multiple choice questions, and then there'll be typically 1 to 3 short essay. And when I say short essay, I mean like 100 words, not like a 5-page essay, right? Like 100 words, like a couple of sentences to a paragraph. And you'll typically have between 1 and 3 of those where you'll have a concept that typically I talk about in the lecture that I will then ask you to kind of explain your understanding of it, right? And that's going to be the format. It's going to be, mostly multiple choice and matching with a couple of short, long answers, if you will, not true essays. These are open book, right? So you can use all your notes. You can have that. I encourage you. I've got my slides are on Canvas. You can download them. And you can search them. What I would do is I would download the slides, watch the video, and take notes on the slides while I'm watching the video. That will keep you most engaged. Some of you may have an allowance from SAS. These exams are written to take under an hour. The fact that I'm giving you 90 minutes provides accommodation for that extra time. So you can feel free to write to me about it, but I'm going to tell you, you're already getting your extra 50% time. If you have something else, an accommodation other than that, then you go ahead and email me and let me know. All right, homework, like I said, short online quizzes are all going to be multiple choice. One's going to be based on the chapter. The other's going to be based on the complementary, supplementary materials. Evaluation of the health plan. You're going to go to the Canvas page. There's going to be an assignment for it. You're going to go there. There's a lot of information on it, and I'll have a video talking about it. You'll have the letter to representative. Likewise, this will be a last assignment. Also, very specific directions in Canvas. Discussion boards, you should be used to these by now, but some basic questions. And skim down here. So here's our schedule, right? 5-week class. We're going to be moving fast. This is every week in this class is the equivalent of 3 weeks in a normal semester. So you're going to have a lot of work to do. So get ready to, strap in and get ready for the ride. All right, let's look at Canvas. So you should be used to Canvas by now, but if you go to the syllabus page, here's the syllabus I was just going over. You can download it. Here's all your assignments and when they're due. You can see there's a bunch of stuff that you have to do each week. And the timelines that they're on. So I'll let you go through that. The key to this class is to go to the modules page. Again, you got your syllabus information. There's a little intro, extra credit intro opportunity for you. And you'll go to week 1, right? And week 1, there's links for everything you need for week 1. And what you'll want to do is click on the week 1 workflow. And each week there's going to be a workflow page. So you'll click on the workflow page, and that'll tell you everything you need to know about what you need to do. So we go to the week 1 workflow, right? And I've got it all laid out for you here. So week 1, step 1, if you haven't already done it, do the discussion to say hello. Covers 1 through 3 of She and Sing. I haven't recorded your lectures yet, but I'll have a link to a YouTube video for you to watch that goes with the lecture. Here's the PowerPoints I'm going to use when I do the lectures. And then here's your supplemental material. So 2 short videos. These are each 5 minutes in length, so it's not going to be too onerous for you, right? And then here's your homework 1A. The A is always going to go with the textbook, and the B is always going to go with the supplemental material. So you'll have that, then you'll have your chapter 2, and so on and so on. The discussion post for this week is you'll click on here to get to the discussion. The assignment will be to listen to a podcast that I've given you the link to, and then write your discussion post based on that. Whenever we do discussions, in order to get full credit, you are going to write your post, and then you are going to respond to 2 colleagues with comments. And those comments have to be substantive. It can't be just like, hey, Jill, that was really smart, right? It's going to have to be, hey, Jill, you know, what you said here about X, Y, and Z, I thought that was really interesting. And let me tell you why, right? So I'm looking for your discussion post should be about 200 words in length. The post itself, when you write your thing. So when you go to write about, when you listen to this podcast and you go to write your post should be about 200 words. Then when you're responding to Jill and John and whoever else, your response back should be about 50 words, which means like 2 sentences. So something more than just, hey, that's really cool, to something with some substance that says, I actually read the thing that you said, and this is what I actually thought about it. Right. And then you'll have the exam for week 1. Now I'm offering at the end of week 1, I'm offering a couple of extra credits throughout the course. So here's another extra credit. You can watch this movie called The Sound of Metal. Click there, find out what and you write a short essay based on watching the movie. So that's that, right? So then we go back to modules, sorry, and we'd go to week 2. And you do the same thing, as they say, rinse and repeat, right? And so everything you need is in these modules. And the key to success is to click on this workflow document that I have at the beginning of each module. Now, if you have any questions about that, send me an email. I'm happy to Zoom with you. If I can't answer it by email, I'll say, hey, let's have a Zoom so we can clarify your question. All right. I hope you enjoy the course. I really get a kick out of this stuff, so I hope you like it too. You know, it's asynchronous. I'd rather see you face to face, but summer is when we do asynchronous stuff. So lots of luck to you. And again, feel free to email me anytime if you've got questions or thoughts, or, you know, you're like, hey, I found this really interesting article. That really, I love that. So feel free to engage whenever. All right, take care, and we will be in touch.